Lightning is all around me. Nope. I have to take cover. And good evening from Universal Orlando. It is my day off. And I'm coming at you early this week. Usually I was doing my Halloween Horror Nights updates videos on Sundays. So once a week, all the updates, everything I could fit in. But there is way too much going inside the park right now. There are so many new props inside the scare zones, in the streets, all over the place, that I really couldn't pass this up. Plus, we had 2 new house announcements, actually the final 2 house announcements today. But looking at my shirt, you can see that I'm quite excited. Five Nights at Freddy's has finally been announced as an official house for this year, but also the Horrors of the Wyatt Sicks, a WWE house, has officially been announced as well. I have a little deeper connection to the Wyatt Sicks house, and I'll touch on that in a little bit. So without any further ado, there's a literal lightning storm happening behind me. Let's jump inside the park. Let's check up on all the scare zones, all the construction updates. Let's check out the new houses that have been announced. But most importantly, let's go enjoy the day. Still no center medallion in the archway, but we're on watch for it. It's gonna happen. Also, wow, this shot looks pretty fantastic with the dark clouds in the backgrounds, but isn't it crazy that we're gonna see the Fiend, Bray Wyatt, plastered on these archways this year? And right from the get-go, as soon as I step on the streets of Universal Studios, I see updates. This confirms everything we wanted from the scare zone over here. There was a lot of speculation and confirmation from Halloween Horror Nights itself that they were going to extend the scare zones to what they used to be, and I think looking at these set pieces over here, we have that confirmation. The last couple years, the welcoming scare zone was just right here on the street, but in years past, it used to extend all the way past the Minions land this way. And as we walk, we see these set pieces right over here. Beautiful. Looks like we have some stone staging over here. This scare zone is supposed to be the Origins of Horror scare zone, where there's going to be gargoyles, the conservatory theme, so we can only assume that some spooky gargoyles are going to be standing on these things. But we're not allowed to. Don't climb on this. I usually go straight down Hollywood Boulevard for the updates, but since we're here, I'm going to knock this out because I'm way too excited that the scare zones are extending out this year. Here's another one right in front of the Wicked store and VillainCon. Ah, so cool. And all the way down the street, you can see the archway all the way over back that way. We have a set piece at the end of the street. Wow. Beautiful. Some stonework over here. If I had to assume, definitely a gargoyle standing on top of that, looking all spooky and menacing. So that's it. 3 set pieces down the main street here at Universal Studios. That's all the confirmation we need that that scare zone is now officially extended to what it used to be. Man, Universal is kicking butt listening to the diehard fans and giving them what they want. Oh my goodness, my boys have grown up. All right, we see my boys, my best friends. The first truss work that was here in this scare zone has now been completely dressed up. Look at these guys. Last Friday they added these marble bottoms to it, but now they're full-on set pieces with the archways up top. They have the gate right next to it right here. The one on the left has the exact same look. This is phenomenal. Last week we got a nice look at all these dance floor stages over here for the Masquerade Dance with Death scare zone. They've added a little bit more set pieces to these. Right here, like any VIP exclusive, they have the red velvet rope on the stairs. Of course, do not climb this. And from what it looks like, to each of the stages, they added these like candlestick holders or lampshades. I'm not sure what these are, but they added these little ambiance to each of the stages, and we're gonna look at that too. Yes, just like the other stage, the one with the panther right here, another red velvet rope, and more candlesticks, lampshades, drinking glass situation here. I have no idea what this is. And the last stage over here, the one that I think is the coolest one because of this balcony, the only thing added to this one is the red velvet rope as well. One last thing we're seeing different from last week is they added the gate onto this little archway over here. Still not on this side, but yes, a gate. So it's amazing how fast things are moving here, and believe me, this is literally just the beginning. There's so much more to cover, and we're gonna take a look at those later. But first, since we're on Hollywood Boulevard, might as well pop into the 5 and Dime and check out the new merchandise for the 2 new houses that have been announced. And plus, I forgot, I have to pick up the 2 pieces for the stained glass window too while we're here. And here we are, the Fiend, Bray Wyatt. This is literally my 2 worlds colliding, my love for pro wrestling and my love for the parks here. But my excitement can't downplay this. Five Nights at Freddy's, also announced here tonight. And here we are, Five Nights at Freddy's taking center stage. Here's a look at the painting they change out every single time. Here's the piece to the stained glass window. Don't mind it if I do. Also, here's a quick look at the t-shirt. Five Nights right here. How much are we looking at? $33. Nice, Freddy Fazbear.
Let's take a look at the t-shirt for the Wyatt Sicks. We got the nice Wyatt Sicks logo right here. And on the back, we have this same picture that was out front. The Fiend, let me in. Awesome.
So I'm taking cover from the thunder and lightning right now. probably in the worst spot ever. So small controversy inside the Five and Dime. They are out of my size t-shirt for the Wyatt Sicks, and I was totally gonna buy that shirt. They are also sold out of the Fiend stained glass window piece, so nothing we can do right now. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna go through the whole park. We're gonna get all the park updates actually when it stops raining, and after the park closes, what we're gonna do, oh my goodness. And after we're done here, I'm gonna head over to Islands of Adventure real quick to go to the All Hallows Eve boutique to see if they have the shirt and the stained glass window piece. So there's still hope. So I'm legit sitting in the middle of a thunderstorm right now. Lightning is all around me. I have to take cover. All right, the rainstorm is still happening behind me, but I think this is a great backdrop for what we're talking about, right? And the first house we're gonna talk about right now is the Five Nights at Freddy house. Get ready for the night watch at a creepy, abandoned pizzeria where nothing is what it seems and possessed animatronics are lurking. This is a very popular movie. It's an even more popular video game. Five Nights at Freddy really took over the internet for a short time. So much so that they actually made a movie, and the movie was good. I watched it when it came out. I watched it recently again, and it's a good movie. I really enjoy it. So to see this house become a thing, actually one of my friends, shout out to Casey, we've been talking about a Five Nights at Freddy house for the longest time for Halloween Horror Nights, and we're finally getting it. And of course, the next house runs really, really deep for me. And there's a lot of reasons why. I'm gonna touch over every single one of them. The last house announced for Halloween Horror Nights 34 this year is the horrors of the Wyatt Sicks. Fear is the main event. Go head to head with the Wyatt Sicks as they lure you through the ominous doorway to their shadowy realm. You're about to meet your match. First things first, obviously, a lifelong professional wrestling fan. I don't remember my life without professional wrestling. It is just who I am, and it's part of my being. So much so that in 2009, after I graduated high school, there was only one thing I was going to pursue after high school, and that was to become a professional wrestler. And I did that. I went ahead and joined Team 3D Academy of Professional Wrestling and was trained by the Dudley Boys, Bubba and Devon, for about 5 years. From there, I went on to have an independent wrestling career, and for lack of a better term, it was some of the greatest things I've ever got to do in my entire life. I got to travel all over the United States. I got to be trained by two people that I grew up watching. I got to rub shoulders with some of my heroes. I can't even count how many times I worked as an extra for TNA Wrestling here at Universal and also WWE. And it was at those times working as an extra for WWE that I got to meet Bray Wyatt. Now, I'm not here to pretend like I was best friends with the guy or he even knew what my name was. And as you work as an extra multiple times, the WWE superstars get to know you and know your face and just say, hey, welcome back, man. So Bray was always that guy to say, hey, welcome back, man. A guy of his stature, a guy that was obviously climbing the top of the mountain of WWE, didn't have to come to a guy like me and say, hey, welcome back. He could have walked past me, snubbed me off if he wanted to, but that's not in his nature. And so with that said about Bray Wyatt, I just want to touch on one thing. The discourse about pro wrestling here at Halloween Horror Nights. People are asking, does it fit? That stuff is fake, why is it here? It's kind of hard to explain everything, how well this fits into a horror nights environment, but it does, and I can promise you that. What non-pro wrestling fans have to do is get the three letters WWE out of your brain. Get the word pro wrestling out of your brain. View this house as one of the movies. View this house as horror characters coming to life that we get to walk through. We're not going to see pro wrestling here. We're not going in this house and we're gonna go sit down and watch a wrestling match. We're gonna be scared just like any other movie house, any other IP house in this house. Like I said before, Bray Wyatt was a creative genius and he came up with these characters, the Wyatt family, the Firefly Funhouse, the Fiend. All of these characters fit so well into a haunted house just like all the other IPs. Which, by the way, the Fiend, have you seen this guy? Scary. And I guarantee all the people that are non-wrestling fans that are saying, oh, this house is gonna be so horrible, will get scared when this pops out at you from a boo hole. This house is going to be awesome for the wrestling fans, awesome for the non-wrestling fans, and honestly, non-wrestling fans, if you want, you can view this house as one of the original houses that they came up with. If you don't want to submerge yourself into the lore of Bray Wyatt, view this as an original house, get submerged in that story like you do the other ones too. Senior Director of Entertainment here at Universal for Halloween Horror Nights, Michael Aiello, posted on Twitter earlier today, essentially explaining how much of a passion project this is for him to create. He is a big horror fan, but he also is a very big pro wrestling fan, just like myself. So I think it's very safe to assume that if the Director of Entertainment for Halloween Horror Nights is calling this his passion project and he is a big pro wrestling fan, I don't think he's gonna let this one just be just another house that we're walking through. Also, to dive in just a little bit deeper of how much this house means to me, I actually know one of the members of the Wyatt Sicks very personally. Myself and Dexter Loomis trained at the same school. We trained together. We had a ton of matches in the training camp together, and we even performed all through Florida together as well. So not only am I happy that he's doing great in his career right now, he just became WWE Tag Team Champion, I'm happy that he's now a part of HHN lore. It's pretty fantastic. Shout out to Dexter Loomis. Good job, man. There are so many updates in the Central Park Scare Zone for the Cat Lady of Crooked Lane, but before we go there, I'm going to check up the updates in the HHN bar. Slight update right from the get-go, the truss work that was wrapped in yellow last week is now wrapped in red. And as the epic music plays in the background, I see one little update in this area. It's not a major update, but the TV protective cases over here have been wrapped in a tarp. Why? Probably to guard it from the rain? That's what I could assume, but both TVs right now wrapped in tarp. We're heading onto 9 Crooked Lane right now. Guys, get ready for the most awesome update I've done so far. Oh my goodness. There is so much to talk about right now. First things first, pumpkins. The pumpkins are in the trees. Oh my gosh, every hardcore HHN fan is freaking out right now. The pumpkins in the trees have returned. I love it. So the pumpkins being in the trees are just like one of those deep HHN things that have been here for years, and they take it away every once in a while, but every once in a while too, it finds its way back here. Now all we have to do is look for Lil Boo. Could Lil Boo be making its way back to the Scare Zone? Who knows? Probably. Okay, we're starting small with the updates, but this little orange bunting, this little orange garland has been wrapped around the 9 Crooked Lane sign. That is new from last week. And so many little props have been added to the fencing over this way. This just screams classic Halloween. I'm in love with this. We have a cat, the first cat sighting here on Crooked Lane. Amazing. We also have some added vines and some twigs and tree branches over this way to make it look extra spooky. They've also added a bike here that's also covered in vines and tree leaves and stuff like that. It looks like it's been sitting here for quite a while. Back behind these set pieces, we still have that platform that is yet to be completed. Probably going to be like the other concrete slabs over there. We also have this guy. This looks like it came from Hobby Lobby. I'm not even kidding. I think my parents have this exact scarecrow in their front yard every fall. Oh my goodness. Just a long shot here along the fencing of 9 Crooked Lane. Look at this. I love it. The little white pumpkins, the garland. It looks like Halloween time of old. More scarecrows lined along this and some classic Halloween decorations here. And if you're like me, you're a sucker for the little details. Just this little guy right here. This little Frankenstein trick-or-treat can. It's a cute little guy, little detail. We have more cats over here, a cat with a bat wing over here. We also have this ghost pillow, spooky boy. I just ran into my buddies from Freaks of HHN. I follow them on Instagram. You guys got YouTube too? Or?
Instagram, TikTok, yeah. YouTube, X, Facebook, we're everywhere.
These guys are literally everywhere, and I've been following them for years, and they don't even know it, so that's pretty funny.
Well, we appreciate that. Yeah. Thank you. Definitely. To everybody out there, we appreciate everybody as well. And he runs Dave Spook Central and
Online Dave.
And this is Dave.
Awesome, man. So give him a follow. Pretty awesome. They just asked me my most anticipated house for this year, and I told them, of course, Fiend Bray Wyatt, the Wyatt Sicks, and they gifted me this. So cool. Little keychain with the Wyatt Sicks sample.
A keychain for every IP throughout the season, so definitely if you see us in the parks, hit us up, catch us, say hi, whatever.
Come say hi to these guys. They got gifts, man. That's fantastic.
Make sure you're following our friend Parks and Protein.
Yes, I appreciate it, man. Thank you.
You're welcome. We'll see you in the fog.
Hey, see you in the fog. And as the sun sets and the moon rises, we're still here. We're getting a good actual, first-hand look of what it's going to look like on HHN night. So we have another bike over here with a nice old mask. Hello there, sir. Have you been to the dentist recently? Oh man, over here as well. I love just the little intricate details of all the stuff in the Scare Zone. There's so many small set pieces that, it just gets me. And it's all classic Halloween too. Love it. I feel like my dad would have put this in my front lawn when I was a kid. There's even a little set piece over here blocking the way to Central Park. Look at this. What's over here? Let's get a closer look. I thought this was intestines at first, and it might be intestines. More classic Halloween stuff. I almost said classic Christmas. That is not the right holiday. Yarn, a little baby doll over there. Oh, look at that. A clown getup over here. Jack the Clown? Huh? There are plenty of bikes over here. And there's even candy. Oh, this looks like the candy that was in the Major Sweets house last year. More decorations, and like I said, there's a ton of bikes up against the fences over here. More classic Halloween decorations too. Another bike over here. This is giving the aesthetic of like it is a neighborhood. It's where these kids live and just drop their bikes off and head down Crooked Lane and go, I guess, meet the cat lady. There's just so much Halloween decor over here. Look at these little ghosts over here. We have another scarecrow over this way. This barrel is new with some clothes on it. Oh, more bikes over this way, some trick-or-treat bags on the floor. We got some skeletons absolutely shredding over here. Another little cat over here. If you hear that in the background, the Sensational show starts in about 15 minutes, so they're announcing it. Kind of creepy, like, are these the clothes that the kids were wearing before they got turned into cats by the crazy cat lady? Possibly. Cat skeleton. Tons and tons of set pieces. This is so awesome. Nothing going on in the field over here, just that concrete slab that we saw last week. And another update, they added a tree over here. Nice. Some foliage for the scare zone. Very cool. Going across the way, of course, there's more and more bikes along the fence over here. This is that tarp that we saw last week that wasn't yet concrete poured. Look, they poured concrete. There's another set piece going over this way. This is kind of cool. I never come here at night to film these kind of videos because I like to see it during the day, but this kind of gives us a first-person view of what it's going to look like on HHN night, just with more illuminations and lights. No real updates over here to the cat boxes. We still have the broken circles, the broken glass, the broken stained glass windows up top there. The cats in the stained glass windows. This is a beautiful thing. And no updates to what we are presuming to be the crazy cat lady's house. Nothing yet. Well, that was pretty fantastic meeting the crew from Freaks of HHN. I love their stuff. I love their account. Go follow them on Instagram. They're on YouTube, TikTok, every single thing. Really awesome people. Gave me some awesome advice. And man, just really cool to be a part of this community right now. Our next update is right over here by the Animal Actors stage. Over this way, they always have food booths and a bar, and everything has been cleared out under the fans over here. Now throughout the year, this area that I'm walking on right now is always filled with picnic tables and benches where you can grab lunch and kind of chill out. Every year for HHN, they clear this spot out and they put a bar in here, like I said earlier. So it's been cleared out. All the benches are gone. Bridge update. Not much going on with the bridge update. It looks kind of the same. Maybe there's some extra caution tape actually. That wasn't here in my last video, but still working. Oh, the lights for Sensational are going. Oh man, coming here at night definitely has its benefits, and they're definitely doing some work in the Fear Factor stage. Oh wow, we can see a very good image of the Grim Reapers over there. Awesome, the flags also that we saw last week, looking very pretty up there too. Just in case you didn't watch my video from last week, the new Nightmare Fuel show is called Circus of Decay, and if there's one thing I love, it's a good circus horror theme. Fantastic. Look at Sensational happening over there in the background as we head into London. We're actually going to head into Diagon Alley real quick because we do have confirmation that there are going to be Death Eaters this year. Oh my goodness, I've never seen Diagon Alley so empty before. But of course we see this stage over here. We took a look at this stage a couple weeks ago and we speculated that, of course, the Death Eaters were going to come. But per the Universal Orlando website, we finally have confirmation of that. In the wizarding world of Harry Potter, Death Eaters, a group of Voldemort's most devoted followers, roam Diagon Alley looking to find others willing to show the loyalty to the Dark Lord's cause. The Death Eaters are very fun and they bring their wands out and they cast spells on people and they interact with set pieces just like this one over here. Very fun. I'm glad they're coming back this year. No updates from San Francisco. Just a bunch of the same things we saw last week, a bunch of lights. But the Fast and Furious queue is kind of giving what Club Horror might be. This is so sick. I've never been on this side of the Sensational show before. Not a lot of updates. Oh my gosh, we do have updates here. Oh my gosh. The park here in the New York City section is now open. This was closed for about 2 weeks. They're doing a refurb. It looks great. It looks way more open and spacious. One more quick look at the set pieces here down Minions Land. So cool. So happy that the Scare Zone's finally making its way back this way. It was a great night. A really, really fun. Oh gosh, I hate this guy so much. Okay, so it's 9:30. Islands of Adventure closes in 30 minutes. So that means I have 30 minutes to get from here all the way to Islands of Adventure, through the turnstiles, through Port of Entry, all the way through Seuss Landing into the Lost Continent so I can make it to the All Hallows Boutique. And in there, hopefully they have the Fiend Bray Wyatt piece for my stained glass window. Do you think I can make it? I don't know. Oh, I love Islands of Adventure at night. So beautiful. Seuss Landing, the Lost Continent, and the All Hallows Boutique. We made it with just a few moments to spare. Let's go inside and see if they have the stained glass piece. Oh, and I think I see him. Yes, we got it. The Fiend Bray Wyatt. Fantastic. Look at that guy. And they do have my size of shirt here for the Wyatt Sicks shirt as well. So, little hint here. If you don't see it over in the 5 and Dime, you could always come over here to Islands of Adventure and pick it up. One other cool thing is they have these really cool Halloween-esque shirts here. The company is actually called the Halloween Shirt Company. Really cool stuff. They have a website online. I can link it down below. I have a couple of their shirts in my closet. And that's it. We got it. We got the final piece to the stained glass window. Oh my goodness. The Fiend Bray Wyatt. What a perfect way to end this series with the stained glass window. Awesome. Love it so much. So I'm hanging out here over by the foamer. Oh my gosh, you saw that lightning. Let's put the final pieces in the stained glass window, see what this looks like all completed up, and we'll round out the video from there.
All right, I'm home. It's actually the next day because as soon as I got home, I passed the heck out on my couch. But let's do it. Let's put this thing together. Let's put the final 2 pieces on the stained glass window and complete this thing. All right, first things first, Freddy Fazbear, you're going on, baby. So awesome. Oh my gosh, doing this with one hand sometimes is kind of difficult. Sweet, there we are. 4 out of 5. And then we have my boy, the Fiend. I think it's so cool and it's so me-coded that the Fiend Bray Wyatt is going to be on this stained glass window. So cool. All right, Fiend, it's time. All right, this one's a little easier. Nice, look at that. And there it is. Dude, this was so fun. Searching after the pieces, putting them all together, and completing the stained glass window this season. Smart move by HHN, but also like fantastic. I just love this. This is going to be around my house all year long. And I think that's going to be it for this video. I'm definitely going to do 2 update videos this week, so look out for the next one. Literally every single day, there are giant set pieces being moved inside the park for Halloween Horror Nights. So like I said, by the end of this week, I'll have another video out as far as park updates go. But this was a fantastic one. We got to see the crazy cat lady scare zone really taking shape, getting all those little intricate details in there. I love that. We also got to talk and see the new merchandise for the new houses announced, Five Nights at Freddy's and the Wyatt Sicks. Honestly, looking forward to both those houses a lot. Obviously, the Bray Wyatt and the Wyatt Sicks house is going to take a little bit more precedence with me just because of my background and love for professional wrestling. If you made it to this part of the video, I just want to say thank you. It has been awesome documenting all the construction updates for Halloween Horror Nights this year. Getting all the puzzle pieces this year too has been fantastic. So if you've been along for the journey, I want to say thank you for watching. And if you're new here, hey, welcome to the team. But if you're not subscribed and you liked what you saw here today and you want to help out the channel, that would be awesome if you hit the subscribe button. Honestly, I'm just a dude that bought a camera and decided to record one day. I had a great time yesterday at the park. I had a great time running into people that are like-minded and love this as much as I do, if not more. I loved getting to see the new merchandise and talking about the new houses, but most importantly, I enjoyed my day. Thank you for watching. Remember to stay hydrated, get your protein in, and good night. We're here.